Good morning. I'm back. I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I've been doing since July, which was, I know I talked about opening an eBay store, and I did that. I'm going to share with you a little bit about it this morning. I'm very happy that I did it. It took a couple months until September before I made my first sale, and ever since it's been a slow trickle. I'm very thankful I did this because before that, to kind of like, I'm not really helping at all. Like, my husband is the sole provider, and I've always tried to find a way that could help a little bit. Like, I did daycare for like 5 years, and then we moved, and so I ended up trying to figure out what else I could do, and I love making soap, and so I sold soap at markets, and I did that because my kids were older and it was easier, but now I have a baby, and it was always, I'm not gonna lie, a little challenging whenever I was making the soap because they always had to leave the room. They couldn't breathe in the lye solution. You needed proper ventilation. And it just was not practical. I did sell some soap here where we live now, but it was not going to be practical with 4 children, one being a baby. So, you know, me loving to thrift as it is, almost having to, just because, you know, when you're on a budget, you're trying to find things that fit into that budget. And I've always loved thrifting. I really do. And you can almost find better things at the thrift store than you can in your local Walmart or Fred Meyer or whatever. So I've really enjoyed doing that. And when I came across resellers, I thought, wow, that's cool. I wonder if I could do something like that. And it kind of just left my mind. But then I came back around to it, and I thought, well, why can't I? Like, there's other mothers who are doing it, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's not like it's going to be a problem with ventilation. Like, I could do this with my kids surrounding me. And so I started doing it. I just took the leap, and I did it back in July 2025. Like I said, didn't see anything. It was crickets until September, which I heard that was a thing. You just have to be faithful in posting, which I did, you know. I started out with posting 3 items a day, and slowly but surely I've been working my way up to 300 items because I want to end up posting 10 items a day in a month, which at the end of 30 days is when I end the listing and relist. So currently I am listing 5 to 10 items a day, and in September things started slowly trickling in. Now we're into 4 months later into January. It's still a slow trickle, but it's pretty steady, and I'm comfortable with this. I really like it, and I can see it like a couple years down the road helping as like a part-time income to maybe even a full-time. I know, I mean, that's like big dreams, but I've seen families who couples who this is what they do for their living, and they have children. And so it is possible. You really have to make it your job and be faithful, just like you would, you know, with your normal, you know, job. So it takes commitment, it takes dedication, and, you know, I am at the point where I am posting at least 5 items a day. I'm trying to get up to 10 items a day. So I'm just going to show you what we've done. I am really trying to take this seriously to the point where I actually moved our daughters up to the loft. Either I was going to do the eBay stuff in the loft or their room that they had before. And nobody really wanted to part with the loft. It's a very fun area, and it actually has more space for them up there. So that's what we did. We do have 4 children, 3 bedrooms. I think all 3 girls one day can share the loft. Jovi, our little baby, shares a room with us right now, and then we have an extra bedroom, and he just loves being with his sisters anyways, and there's enough space, so we put a Japanese floor mattress up there for him, and it works out perfect for our little boy. He does not like to be alone. He's like, everybody has a roommate except for me. So anyways, we took their bedroom, and we got rid of the bunk bed, got them twin beds upstairs, and I've kind of just conformed this into our creative thinking room, our eBay like reselling room, something like that. So I'll show you what I do. It is a mess right now. It's just part of life, constant organizing, cleaning, revamping, renewing, refreshing, right? So I'm not going to like sugarcoat it for you and try to act like it's perfect. This is like it. So I wasn't going to try to like make it look totally beautiful when most of the time it looks like this. Okay, a lot of the times it looks even nicer than this, but right now, I'm not gonna lie, this is like what happens a lot in here. And there's a hat on the floor. I don't know why. But anyways, okay, so I will go to the thrift store, and I love looking for $12 bag sales. Those are my favorite because I can get items, my cost of goods down to like 75 cents per item. Depending on what I'm getting, it could be 50 cents or maybe $1. But bag sales are my jam. Okay, so I bring things into here straight from my van when I am done at the thrift store. And I will go through them and see, okay, what needs to be washed. Then I will wash the items. And then, now, hold on. There is somebody who did not buy an item once because they're like, they wanted to know what I washed my item in. And I washed it in Tide. Now for my family, it's funny because I try to do the non-harsh detergents because our skin can break out in rashes and things like that. But for the thrift store finds, I really just throw a Tide Pod in and call it good. But this particular person wanted to know what it was washing. I was very honest, you know, always be honest because it's just going to create problems for you if you're not. You'll have to like maybe take the item back or whatever. People make a big deal about this. I've seen it on forums before where they're like, oh, it stunk of like, you know, Tide or heavy cleaning, you know, whatever. So I think I'm going to switch to just unscented detergent. So anyways, after you're done washing, drying, I usually put it in here. Then when I'm ready, I will take a bag out of clothing and I'm going to go to my computer over here and I'm going to draft a list on eBay. And I'm going to find the average sale price, the average sell-through rate. I'm going to do comps, like comparables, and figure out what my item's worth, enter in all of the deets and the price. And I'm not putting the photos yet. I'm just doing the item details, what I'm going to promote it at, if I'm going to promote it, what just everything into the system, okay? So then when I'm done with all the little details, the cost of goods, all that, so then I'm going to place them right here for now. And these are everything that has been entered into the computer. These are the items that have been entered in the computer that I need to then take photos of so that I can be completed with that part. So then I'm going to hang it up over here. I'm going to hang up an item over here. And I have a hanger that I like to particularly use for pants and skirts, which is this one, things like that. And then this is the hanger I like to use for tops, you know, blouses, dresses, coats, sweatshirts, whatever. And I'm going to just hang the hanger, if it's a skirt, pants, shirt, top, whatever. I'm going to hang it on this door, and this is where I take my pictures for eBay. And I take it straight from my eBay app, so it's completely uploaded. When I'm done with that, I'm going to take the item off. This is what I did this morning with this one. And I'm going to bring it over here to take the measurement photos. And you know, you want to do like shoulder to shoulder, pit to pit, the shoulder to the bottom of the sleeve, shoulder to bottom hem, like where it falls in the front and the back, so they can see and do the measurement on themselves. Maybe they want it to fall slightly over their rear, or they don't want it to be too short. Maybe they want it to be cropped and it's not cropped enough. You know, you want to make sure you have these measurements so it's not sent back to you. The more pictures, the merrier, because they can't complain about there being too much pictures. They can definitely text you, send you a private message asking for more images, which I've had to do before, and unpack and then take images. Not a big deal, because these poly mailers can come off pretty easy. They can come back apart. Anyway, so then when I'm done with this, I'm going to package it, and here's my poly mailers, my clear poly mailers, and then the ones I send in the mail. Here's boxes down here, wrapping paper, things like that. Steamers, all sorts of stuff. So when I'm done taking measurements, I'm going to fold it up. That's what I did with this one today, my Land's End shirt. And then I'm going to slap a number on it. I'm going to tear out my scale, and I'm going to weigh it. And I'm always going to round up, because it's going to go in another white poly mailer, and it's not going to add much to it at all. But it's better to round up and have it be overweight than underweight, because if it's underweight, you will end up owing the post office money. If it's overweight and then you re-enter later, like, because if you're rounding up to like 12 ounces, you will actually end up like making 50 cents more, or whatever, you know, whatever it's over. Okay, so usually I've never owed anything, but I've only ever gotten money back to me because of overestimating, which now I'm just going to round this up to 8 ounces, and I won't get any money back or anything, because it's like within 2 ounces or something. I can't remember. Like once it goes up to 14 ounces, then it goes up. So it's not going to be a problem though. I'm just going to go up to 8 ounces. It'll be fine. So when I'm done with that part, so I'm going to enter that in, and then I'm going to always take a picture with this number on it, so that I'll explain in a second. But when you are done taking a picture with this number on it and weighing it, then I'm going to post the photo. It's going to go live. I need to make more boxes for this. Okay, so it's going to go live. So now I'm going to show you an example of why you need to take a photo with the number on it and post it on your eBay photos along with, you know, your measurements and everything. So this is why. So as you can see, somebody bought something for me and it's ready to ship. How do I know where to find it in all of those boxes? Well, I'll show you how. So it did not sell for $40. I sent them a 10% off offer for I think it was like, it ended up selling for $38. So that's awesome. But anyways, this is how I figure out, these were brand new with tags, these Zumba pants. So I go to my photos, and this is what I do every time, and I see, okay, it's number 39. So I'm gonna go over here, and there is numbers 37 through 48. So I need to get down there. So let's find number 39. Ah, right there. So I always verify. I'm gonna put this in the poly mailer that I'm gonna mail out. This is what it looks like. And by the way, these are 10 by 13 poly mailers. Same with the clear one. These are 10 by 13 poly mailers. The item is in here. I'm gonna go pick out a thank you sticker and then another motivational sticker that I got. They're cute. I won't get these ones again because I don't think the stickers really work. I tried to open them, so now I just throw them in there. If the person can figure it out, then they can figure it out. And like something like that, I'm not gonna send that. I usually have my kids pick them out, and I'm like, oh, awesome. So a thank you, and then just a fun other, little sticker. And that just makes it fun. I need to look at a better sticker company next time, because these ones I have a hard time with, and I would love to just, slap it on the outside, the thank you. I'll just throw it inside. It's still really cute. And I'm gonna take this off and fold it over and seal it. So before I print my label, I always just want to verify, especially because when I first started doing this, and this has been in here for a couple months now, I was just doing estimates. Okay, so this is $9.49. I'm going to round it up to 10. They always say to round up. I'm going to round it up to 10 ounces. I'm going to click on Get Shipping Label. And I'm going to put over here 10 ounces. I'll just I'll keep that. I mean, it's better to be over than under. Doesn't really make a difference. So it shows that, okay, well, this is a surprise to me because okay, so like I said, this is when I first started. I was offering free shipping before, and so they paid $0 for shipping. So this is actually costing me $6.05. So that's a bummer, but that's okay. I'm still making a profit So I have to see, there's eBay fees also, but this hardly ever happens. I think twice I thought I changed them all to paid shipping, but that's okay. Maybe it wouldn't have sold if there wasn't free shipping. I'm still making at least a $25 profit off of it when all is said and done, and I only got these for $4. So let's see, maybe a $21 profit, which that's okay. That's awesome, because if it cost me $4 to buy at the store, I think it was about $4, then that's still awesome. So I'm going to purchase this shipping label and print it. Click purchase shipping label. I don't want to show you their address or anything. And then I'm going to turn this on. So switch in the back here. And I'm going to print this out. So there we go. And then I'm going to slap it on. Sorry, I'm not showing you because I don't want to show you the address, but yeah. I did recently get an eBay store, which is like $22 a month, something like that. And then I also got a P.O. box at the post office. I am able to afford that right now each month by the money I'm making. And my kids are screaming in the background. They're wrestling. I think they're doing BJJ. So that's nice because I didn't like having people see my address on all of my labels. So anyways, I'm gonna go take this today and I'm gonna send it. I only have one package today. Yesterday I had 3 packages from over the weekend, and so yeah, 4 packages in the last 4 days. I'm very happy with that, and I'm gonna get started on homeschool then after I get back here. And we are going to, let's see, have something to eat on the road, probably a banana, and then brunch when we get back home. On days where I go to the post office in the morning, things get pushed back a little bit and started a little later, but that's okay. I'm still able to stay home with my kids, and that means the world to me. That's the beauty of homeschooling. You can pretty much choose your schedule and what you want to do. You can even, if you really wanted to, spend time outside during a beautiful winter day in North Carolina where it's 65 today. You can spend the day outside, and then when it gets cooler at night, like down in the 30s, you can actually sit in the living room together and do some math. No biggie. So thank you for hanging out. We're gonna go mail this and then get started with our day. I hope this helped. I think in the future, I'm going to, I hope it helped with somebody who might want some kind of idea, is some kind of income stream, even if it's just like an extra $100 a month. I mean, this is really fun for me, and it's also, I foresee it being a part-time job for me, maybe even full-time in the future. I don't know. It just depends on how hard you want to go with it, I might be doing Whatnot also. That is why I have that rack, and I bought that with the eBay money. I'm able to, with the money I'm making from eBay right now. So that is really cool too. That I'm starting to put together and sell. I have some jewelry. I'm sorry about my kids. It's crazy. But then, what was I gonna say? In the future, I'm going to be showing you videos of thrift hauls, things that I thrift. I don't always have like huge money makers like some people do who might live in, you know, right in this big city, you know, in the outlet, like the bins. We don't have any bins here. Like the closest is probably 2.5 hours away. It's not possible for me right now. But there are resellers that do very well off of style-based selling. And so you just have to know what words you're looking for, like keywords, trending words, cottagecore, boho, you know, things like that, grandmacore, things like that. And I am going to be showing you future thrift hauls. I'm going to be showing you what sold. And then also I just want to say something because there's a lot of negativity for some reason. So there's negativity with people who like go on other people's Facebook threads and even YouTube channels. I've read comments of people who cannot stand people who go into thrift stores and buy something for cheap and then resell it for more. But I'm just gonna say, it might have to be another video because my baby's getting fussy, but good girl. Good girl. I think that, you know, if I go into a thrift store and I find something and I pay for it, I'm not stealing. It becomes mine when I pay for it, and then therefore I can choose whatever in the world I want to do with it. And that's just, it's as simple as that. I bought it, it becomes mine, then I get to choose whatever I want to do with it. Not only that, the person on the other end who is buying it, they don't care if it came from a thrift store or not. They just want that piece. If it is in the condition that they're being told it's in and they buy it, that's what they want. They want that piece, and they want, they might not want to go thrift it or find that treasure, but they might want to wear it. Like I found a J. Crew sweater that was like worth $150 retail. The person who bought it got it for, they paid like $35 for it. And that's a significant price cut. And they don't care if it was used. They just care that they're able to dress the way they want to dress and find that awesome item. And they're thankful for the person who posted it, for me, who found it. So that is a job. Like you're having to go to thrift stores and dig through things and find things, and it is work, you know, it's work. I will say that it's work, but it's work that you can do with your kids in the same room as you, which is awesome. Or bringing your kids along even. So it's more tough for resellers who have kids who are going out there with, you know, little kids especially, who you have to bring with you, but it's doable. And so, yeah, I'm just very thankful for that. I feel very blessed to find this income stream, and I plan on growing it for sure. I'm trying to get that pile out of the way because it's just anywhere I go, there's a pile in the background. That's okay. And so I just encourage people, you know, if you're trying to find something to do as a side hustle, this is a good one. And there's plenty of used clothes to go around. Please do not fret nor pine. Like, we're not taking clothing away from the people who need it. Actually, I need it. I need this for my family. It's so funny because, you know, I see in comments like people will be like, you're stealing from the poor, but you're not really. You're not stealing at all. You're actually helping people, because I know our thrift store is like a ministry outreach, and it helps people in need. So the money they make from it, from me buying, is money that goes to people in need. And so it's like I'm kind of doing people a favor by finding treasures for them, but also by buying secondhand clothing, and the proceeds are going to people in need. And I always tip them also because I find such good deals. And there's so many clothing items that, like from bins, like from Goodwill outlet bins, they can't keep it all, and they end up going in the landfill. And so we don't have a clothing shortage. We're not stealing from the poor or anything like that. And I just wanted to throw that out there, because if somebody's like, I was a little worried and skeptical at first, because I thought, what will people think? But I don't really care, because I am an honest person. I don't steal. What is mine. And so then I get to choose what I want to do with it. And I feel good about it, because I know that people are benefiting on both ends. I'm benefiting, and then the people I'm selling it to are benefiting, and then the people who are making money from me are benefiting. Well, they're volunteers, a lot of them, but they get tipped from me. And then the people who, and then the people who are like benefiting from the ministry outreach, it's really awesome that you can do this all from selling reused clothing that are in excellent condition. So I feel very blessed. And a lot of people who are doing this had to do this to help, make money. So they had to like find some kind of income stream to help with their family situation or in their life. And so don't dog on people so hard, and be happy for them, that they found something. Anyways, I'm glad I found it, and I just wanted to share it with anybody else who might be looking for something. Soap making just wasn't going to do it for me anymore, because getting all 4 of my kids up and going to the markets at 6 a.m. in the morning, or, having them leave the room because I'm dealing with the lye solution. I'm wearing a mask. There has to be good ventilation, so shoving them upstairs to get out of the way so I can make soap and focus on that wasn't going to work. But I still love making soap, and I hope to do that again someday. I have a channel, actually. It's called Old World Soap Shop. If you're ever interested in learning how to make soap, maybe you're in the position where you can do that, because you have high schoolers and you don't have little kids to tend to constantly throughout the day, but that's not my situation right now. So I'm glad I found something that works for me. Anyways, you'll be hearing from me with some, and I think it'll be cool to look back on also to see like, what sold and what's going on in 2026 for this new endeavor I'm taking on, and to see the growth in 2027 looking back. So yeah, that's just something, this is something that will be added onto this YouTube channel. It's going to be eBay, it's going to be thrift hauls, and what I've resold, and like maybe even some what I made, So anyways, until next time, hope you are having a great start to your 2026, or that it only gets better from here. Take care. Bye.